Hello world, this is my first YouTube video ever, so I will probably be a little bit rusty. Anyways, I hope you find some value or learn something from this video. What we will discuss mainly here will be Google Keyword Research Tool, how it works, and also some other tools that you could use alongside it to get better results when you do SEO. Let's start with a quick primer on things. Search engine. What is the search engine's main job? Well, that's simple. The search engine's main job is to give the most reliable web pages to its users. After all, if you go to the search engine and you type in find new engine for such car, and you click search, the web pages that you want to pop up are pages that have to deal with that car and such engine. A happy searcher is a returning searcher, and for search engines that's basically the best thing that can happen, because the more users go to that search engine, the more money they will make because of paid advertisement. Therefore, it's pretty simple to see why Google makes the most money out of all the search engines, because it has the most users. For those people that are new to this, I will use an analogy that you probably relate to. This is pretty much like having an employer, and your employer tells you that you're the most important asset to that company. But deep down you think, well, if I'm such an important asset, then why doesn't my paycheck reflect that? And well, the answer is pretty simple. You're not the most important asset. A paying customer is the most important asset. So remember that whenever you do an article or a web page, choose quality over quantity, because the better quality your content is, the more the user will like it and stay there and be coming back to that web page or website to check out more stuff, and search engines will recognize that. Now, the next point is perceived value and cost. Every single page that you create will have a perceived value and a cost. Now, the higher your perceived value, the higher your ranking will be, point blank. So let's assume that you write a great article and it gets to the top page on Google. So let's just say you're number 5 spot, first page. Now, what is the cost to the search engine by having you at the number 5 spot? Well, the cost to the search engine is the next best article that could be at the number 5 spot instead of yours. And search engines are always looking for the next best thing. That's why if you've been doing this a little while, you might notice that one day you're at the top spot, then you come back a week or two later and you've been bumped down to page number 2 or 3. And that's because search engines are always looking for the next best thing. Quality and bounce rate. If any of you have Google Analytics, then you know what bounce rate is, and it's basically the number of people who go to a web page and then leave. The lower your bounce rate, the more quality will be perceived to be having. And you don't need me to say that. Common sense says that. And I'm pretty sure, since bounce rate is already trackable in analytics, that the Google algorithm probably has some variable in there that tracks bounce rate. And obviously, the lower the bounce rate you have, maybe the little bit of a higher ranking you will get, because it does make perfect sense from a search engine perspective to grade that. Okay, and here's another benefit to having um, more quality content and a lower bounce rate. It will create more trust with the search engine, because they will assume that you have quality stuff, and the more trust you get with search engines, the higher your rankings will be. So remember, perceived value minus cost. Work on creating the highest value possible whenever you write something. Next. Okay. And the Google algorithm, it has more than 100 variables that it takes into account when it ranks a page. But I think we could all agree on that the three most important aspects of that are content, age, and external links. Now, when I say content, I'm also including the title, the URL, and obviously the content of the page. The better those things are, the higher your ranking will be. Now, this one we can't control, age. It's no secret that the older your domain is, the better you will do in search engines, because you will establish more credibility because you've been doing this for a while, or the domain has been out there for a while. That's why if you ever try to buy a domain, you will see that older domains cost a lot more, and that's the reason, because they do better in the search engines. Now, external links, this is very important. External links and PageRank go hand in hand. The more quality external links that you have, the higher your PageRank will be. The higher your PageRank will be, the easier it will be for you to get on the first page of any search engine. That's a fact. But not all external links are created equally. For instance, if you have a page that talks about cars, and you get external links from other pages that talks about hot dogs, well, you could already sense or know that that external link is not going to be worth much. So therefore, when you get external links, you should get external links from web pages that has to do with something similar to the content that you're providing. That's how you really start to climb up. Okay, with that said, let's go to Google Keyword Research Tool. Okay. A little bit ahead of myself. What you want to do is go to Google, type in Google Keyword Tool, and it will be the top spot right here, Google AdWords Keyword Tool. Click on that. Okay, and I don't know about you, but I like cookies. I like all cookies. Chocolate cookies, sugar cookies, all cookies. So let's type in how to sell cookies. Now notice first the location, United States. The location will go hand in hand with local monthly searches. So let's put exact, and let me demonstrate. Okay. Now, if you look down here, you will see global monthly searches and local monthly searches. Global will always be higher or at least equal to the local monthly searches, because global has to do with everybody in the world who's searching for this exact thing. In the United States, because this is my location, there are 46 people monthly searching for how to sell cookies, and the competition is low, so obviously that's good. Now you will want to always, when you do this, you will want to always click exact. The default is broad, but you don't want to do broad, because if you do broad, you'll it separates words. Like if you're doing broad, it'll be more like, see, broad is always more. But what broad does is words like how will, if a web page has like the title how to do blah 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 blah, broad will pop up in it or whatever, and you're not really trying to rank for just that one word. You're trying to rank for this phrase, how to sell cookies. So that's why I always go for exact. Okay. So now the next thing you do, if you like this phrase, you click on it and then you click Google search. Notice this, there are 201 million results. Yeah, that's a lot. And do you notice anything different about this? Look at these results. Do you notice something? Oops, okay. Do you notice something different? This right here will be your best ally when you try to really rank on the first page. It's called seoquake and it's free. Type in www.seoquake. What this will do is it will tell you how pages are ranking. For instance, you see the first page or the first result for how to sell cookies has a page rank of 0, 70,000 pages indexed in Google. And let's see the link Alexa ranking. See, this domain was created July 1st, 2010, so it's relatively new. And this is very good information. Now it has a page rank of 0, but it's still the #1 spot. And the reason for that is probably because it's really optimized for how to sell cookies. As you know, how to sell cookies. Look at this one. Now this one will be pretty easy to beat, because as you can notice, this one also has a page rank of 0. It only has 9 pages indexed with Google. It doesn't even have a ranking yet, and it's also new because it's only 3 years old, this domain. And you see it only has cookie and selling. You see it has cookie domain name. Now here's a little secret. If you want to have things more precise, you put this in double quotation. You see, now these are pages that are pretty much ranking exactly for how to sell cookies. You can notice how to sell cookies, how to sell cookies, how to sell cookies. So more or less, this is really your competition right here. Now notice this result. This is a little trick that I use. 43,400 results. If you could find keywords that you want to rank for, and then put them in quotation mark, if you could find any that are, let's say, under 5,000 for results, you have a very, very good chance of ranking on the first page for that. So yeah, download this. It is free and it will save you a lot of stress. Now let's talk about some of the things that you should do in your articles or web pages so you could get higher rankings. Alright. Okay, it did not work. And this right here will show you some of the good practices that you should use, because you will have a higher chance of really getting to that top spot. And we just use it here. There's an article on here that I really want to make an example of, because it shows the correct way in which you should do this to really get to where you want to go. Let's see if it's this one. Let's see if we can find it here. Sorry about that. As I said, I'm a little bit rusty on this. This article called "Why Is There So Much Violence in Chicago?" You will notice this article right here is only 7 days old. 7 days, and it already has the top spot on Google for why is there so much violence in Chicago. Not only that, but if you really use your keywords intelligently, you could rank for other variations of that. Now, right here, if we even take off Chicago and we just put Illinois, look at that, #1 spot. Why is there so much violence in IL, which stands for Illinois? And let's say we just want to take this off and search. Still #1 for this term too. And there's also probably several other ways in which you could get to #1 using variation of these keywords right here. And let's go to the article so you can see some very important things that you should be doing so you can rank higher with every single article that you create. Okay, so here's the first thing, the title. Why is there so much violence in Chicago? And if you look up top, it has the same title here in the URL. This is what you call SEO friendly URL, and this is what you want to do, because this is definitely ranked alongside other things such as the title, the URL. If you notice, when I put here so much violence in Illinois, the URL is also gets boldened because it's also taking that into account, so much violence, and then IL for Illinois. So always want to do that. And if you can, what you want to do is exactly right after the domain name, you want to type in the title right afterwards. Then you could have the directory, article number, and such. Just like with the title, normally the first couple of words have the biggest impact when you do a web page. So you will want the title to appear right next to the domain name, and then put in the other stuff like article 24 and or 42 and that type of stuff. So this right here is a H1 tag. If you don't know your HTML codes, then I suggest that you take time out to learn a little bit about them. This is a H1 tag, which signifies that this is very important and this is what the page will be about, which is the title. Then if you go down lower, this is your H2 tags, which signifies little parts of the page or whatever. You break it down to little parts. And this is what I would suggest for anybody who really wants to rank higher, is to have a call of action whenever you write an article, which means having these little things right here. Share this widgets. Notice how I said, if you like the article, please share it. It hasn't been shared, but I assume it will sooner or later. Then you click share this, and then users can easily share the article on all these social sites. Will really improve things, and it'll help the article go viral if it's really good. One last point I want to make is, if you want to make money with Amazon affiliate, yes, Amazon affiliate, come check us out at befrom.com/market. You create articles, and then you put this little gadget in each article, and you make money if someone goes to that site and purchases something from there. As I said earlier, I hope that you learned something from this small video. I will make some more videos and hopefully clear up a few things.